we've been working actively since I met Carl in innovating in the classroom with astronomy. And I think that since I first met the Global Hands-on University team up to now, many things changed in the world, in education. It's a completely different vision. And still, what Carl started, it's still very active and very accurate for what we need for schools all over the world. So my group is from Nucleo. We started as a group of astrophysicists, professional astrophysicists, doing our research towards outreach, and then we moved towards astronomy education. We started leading the Galileo teacher training program, and nowadays we are leading astronomy education worldwide, and I do a little bit of research in the University of Coimbra. So in Portugal, we did manage to penetrate the school system very well. We have now an agreement with the Ministry of Education, and we are pilot testing several of our projects across the country, most of them having to do with using astronomy to train teachers on innovative tools and methods for science education. We did also coordinate the Galileo teacher training program that started during the International Year of Astronomy. And it has been growing since then. We are now over 50,000 teachers all over the world, and we continue to grow. And I hope it will continue so for many years to come. And I think that one of the reasons for our big success is not that we don't have a curricula, we don't have a fixed strategy. We try to accommodate everyone, and the reason why our network keeps growing, I think it's because the synergies and collaborations that we establish all over the world. So we try to find what's good out there and share efforts. I mean, we try not to compete with anyone and share everything that we produce to everyone, so that we can really benefit our target users, which is teachers and students all over the world. We recently also joined the family of offices of astronomy for the development across the world. This is part of the IAU strategic plan, which is going to be renewed in the next General Assembly. And as part of the strategy, as you probably all know, they created the Office of Astronomy for Development, who then created a series of offices and regional nodes across the world. And my organization is coordinating the Portuguese Language Office of Astronomy for Development. It's the PLOAD. We are aggregating several countries in the world and communities, Portuguese-speaking communities. Up to now, we have with us Brazil, São Tomé and Príncipe, Cape Verde, Angola, Mozambique, and East Timor. And we are, so far, we are doing very well. The next meeting, we have one face-to-face meeting every year. Last year was here in Portugal. This year is going to take place in September in Brazil. And I think this group is collaborating and working really very well. And all the efforts that we're promoting worldwide, we repeat at the PLOAD. So what is it that we are doing for all these people? Of course, the PLOAD is a little bit more broader than just astronomy education, but we have to start from ground up, because most of the countries don't even have astronomers, not even one. So what is our mission? It's to empower educators. And the question is, empower educators is a big and expensive word that might be absolutely meaningless. So the question is, empower educators to do what? To do whatever we are teaching them, where, how, when, why. There are many questions out there, and teachers can pose these questions in various different ways, because the problems that they face in different parts of the world are completely different. So what we're trying to do is to help them change the way we educate our children. So in fact, we want to convince teachers to stop teaching and to let students learn. This is what we're trying to do. And so far we are more or less achieving that. And they ask us, okay, but why should we do it? Well, for so many reasons. Firstly, because we want them to be critical thinkers. We want them to have a little bit of culture in science literacy. We want them to be creative decision makers. And we can only do that if we educate them properly. And there's so much more. I mean, we want them to feel that going to school is fun. It's part of the future. When they go to school, it should be part of their homes. They should be enjoying every time they go to school and not feeling that I don't want to go. So nowadays, we find children that they know technology much better than their teachers. They are using and exploring it. And very often, they know the topics that they are supposed to learn better than their teachers because they've been exploring it. And teachers are falling behind. So we have to help them. We have to help them step out of their comfort zone and take the adventure that is mandatory for the preparation of the children for the world of work. So, of course, they have no idea how to do this and where to get started. So, first of all, you need to convince them that they cannot control evolution. They might not like the new methodologies. They might not like that the children are reading books in tablets, in their phones, and not in paper anymore. They might not like that they cannot assess the students with regular tests. But this is the way the world is going. There's nothing you can do about that. You don't want to stop evolution. Also, it's important that they understand that we live in an interdisciplinary world. In intergeneration, people need to know how to collaborate. They need to know how to collaborate, to cooperate, to tolerate people. Everything is part of our world. They need to understand that we have to kill exam-driven standardization. I mean, we need to find alternative ways to measure the effectiveness of what we're doing. We need to release them from the curriculum trap. Actually, in Portugal, our Ministry of Education did something absolutely awesome. They came into power, and they started to criticize the curriculum that we had. And teachers said, "Oh, come on, not again. You're not going to change the curriculum again. They just changed the curriculum, so we cannot put up with that anymore." And the Ministry of Education said, "Yeah, don't worry, we're not going to touch the curriculum." And they are not. They are not teaching it. They're just killing it. So I just came from a meeting in a school where next year they have curriculum freedom for a few groups of students, and they can do whatever they want. They are not using textbooks, and they can teach whatever they want. And then in the end, they have to prepare the students for the exam, and they've been doing this for a few years now, and they're succeeding in doing it. So if you don't do it, then that's what you get. It's students that have bad behavior and they are not interested in school. Teachers have to prepare students for a future that they don't know what is going to be. So it's pointless to prepare these manuals and all the information that is to know about the world, because by the time they reach the future, all of this is going to be obsolete. So all of this, it's what we have in our mind when we are planning to prepare the teachers. So what is expected from a teacher? Well, it's expected a lot. Nowadays, they have to be like a living encyclopedia. And we don't want that. We don't want that to happen. We want them to embrace a broad vision of what is expected from all of us. I mean, I see these Millennium Sustainable Goals, and I wonder, how is it possible that we still have these goals in our hands? So we must be doing something completely wrong. So in practice, how do we do it? For starters, we use astronomy to introduce all of this to students and to teachers. We ask them to recreate their school, to recreate their environment with whatever they have. I don't have time now to explain to you what I'm showing here, but this is what I love, as we call future learning environments. It's innovative learning environments. We are helping teachers destroy classrooms and create learning environments. And we have several projects that are helping us do that. One of them is called Digital Schools of Europe, where we are trying to help schools create a roadmap of what is necessary for them to become innovators and capable of embrace differences, to embrace innovation in their schools. So I have several other slides that I'm not going to go through, but Michael has my PowerPoint. Please feel free to distribute it. We have created the 5 pillars for community building, how we can help teachers and how we can make this happen in the schools. And we also created the competence profile for teachers, where we bring them from being simple explorer towards using the different systems that are available, developing material, piloting and actually implementing things in school, and becoming trainers of other teachers. So this profile is based in the hands-on universe profile. It's just we are trying to formalize what Carl so brilliantly invented a while ago. So for all of this, science is of course the perfect stage, because science is universal. We only use one language. It requires collaboration. It demands that we share what we do. You have to provide support, and you need to support each other. You foster key skills, and you empower free thinkers. And of course, from science subjects, astronomy above all. And I put here this is the cover of the strategic plan for astronomy for development. And I think this is really a brilliant vision how astronomy can be used for development, not to develop astronomy, but to use astronomy for development. So we've been participating in several projects. One of them is space awareness, where we are bringing space exploration to schools. We're talking about gender balance. We are talking about space careers. We've developed several interesting books about everything that there is to know about space. We are working with the team from the Folks Telescope in a project that is called Black Holes in My School. Fraser is there in the audience probably, and he can tell you more.
Got 1 minute left.
Okay. He can tell you more about how we're engaging students in exploring black holes in classroom. We are promoting the fight against light pollution, and what we create a program that is called Dark Sky Rangers. We have the Platon project, where we are mixing inquiry with interdisciplinarity, and we are hoping to use lots of robotic telescopes. We are developing a series of activities, many of them requiring the use of robotic telescopes. Actually, I just came from a school where we are starting next year a project about Platon, where the main goal is to have students observe exoplanets, black holes. Fraser, I hope you're hearing me, because you're going to be very involved on that, I hope. And so we have many other projects. We train teachers in the use of all these tools and resources. Some of these activities are being done in partnership with people that is there in the audience. And so basically, how we're doing that, we use astronomy, and this basically is a picture of me nowadays, completely unorganized, with no time for anything, but we try to support each other the best we can all the time. And okay, I guess that's it. These are my favorite team of Black Holes Explorers, is a team of students in Principe Island.
Thank you very much, Rosa.